Are we going to test them? Good afternoon and welcome to Table Talk on 802 Scoop, 185 North Main Street in Barrie. It's a beautiful afternoon and running things a little later than normal today just because we have some special guests in the house with us. Candi Smith, Sheila McGrath have joined me, and we are going to talk everything the Veterans Place this afternoon. And most know already that that's something very near and dear to my heart. I love you all. I love everything you guys do. And but most importantly, the third annual Calcutta, awesome that it's still progressing, right? You're building, all new
flying,
stuff. Right, off the ground, flying. That's right. Things are going. And then, Candi, you're going to give us some updates, information about the needs, the budgets, your constraints, all of those.
Right. All the reasons for this.
All of the reasons for the Calcutta and why everybody should get out there and support it. Yeah. So welcome.
Thank you.
It's always good to have
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Yeah. I love to see you girls.
Right on.
Yeah.
We're quite the little group.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of us together.
So where do you want to start?
Go ahead.
Well, actually, on that, it is working together. I mean, this is what it's all about. It's coming together, and it's for many causes, but the veterans, and to me, that's near and dear to my heart. Mm-hmm. And so this third annual, Candi had mentioned it the first year, and I thought, oh yeah, everyone loves it, Calcutta, and it's good way to raise money, get folks together, make awareness, because I really wasn't aware for many years about the Veterans Place, to be honest with you.
Me either.
And
I wasn't either.
No, so it was all of that, and then the first year we ran with it, and we had so much fun. People enjoyed it, working the bugs out like anything. And we did take, a lot of feedback, and we appreciated that. We had great support from Gusto's, Josh and crew, Jackie. Their heart's in it too, but they're just great to work with. And it's
all those last minute things, they jumped in, they helped us. It was great.
Yeah, and we
staff,
and we then we made changes for the second year, and then here we are third year, and
making more changes.
Yeah, Candi will go over a couple of the changes that we've discussed, and again, it's from feedback, but it isn't perfect, but at the end of the day, it's a perfect way to sponsor. It turns out perfect one way or another, that the money's going to the veterans. Nothing is taken from any of us. 100% goes to them and then some. So it isn't just the Calcutta raffle tickets. We have silent auctions, which is huge, and we thank everybody, and we are looking for any donations, and nothing is too small, to donate. Don't think that. It's from monetary, gift cards. If you have a business, you can donate. People donate all kinds of items.
The gift cards are great from businesses, because if they give a $25 gift card, $40 gift card, and people go in, they're usually spending more than that anyway.
Right.
So it's a win-win for everybody. So we make money off it at the auction, and as a business owner, you make money because people go in and spend more money at your place.
Absolutely.
And bring someone with them. So.
Yeah, right. So we are gathering those now. We have numbers, and we'll give them after, and we'll look at we have a Facebook event, but we also have mine and Candi's number, and that's what we'll be doing, is gathering silent auction items, business sponsors. You're really good on that one, I gotta say.
Sponsors?
Yeah.
Thank you. I think you would
and that's it's a tough job to
I
go
gotta
to
step
people.
up a game on that one.
It's a tough job to go to people and say, can you give, because we know that lots of people do that, especially this
Right.
time of year, whatever, we're getting into these things. But I think that that's when you also really find out that the community really does care about the veterans place, the message that you all are trying to spread, and the help that you're trying to give. I think that, it's when you really learn that,
It is.
yeah, people are on board with this.
Yeah,
So-
and you do realize that, when you're out in the community that people didn't even know about it. But it's one of the
Right.
things I've been that person that sold lots of tickets for this or that, or, all these
Yeah.
things. This one I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yep.
and I, again, respect if people say I can't. Some people just can't, and that's fine, but people
Yeah.
really want to.
But if you can't, share the post.
Right.
That makes a difference too.
Right.
Getting the word out there, getting people to, if you see something posted from the Veterans Place, get it out there,
Right.
share it. If you, share the Calcutta poster, do whatever you can because that helps too.
Yeah. Well, in the silent auction items, just to jump in that a little bit, we have people that say, I have this brand new item I've never used, and, no problem, re-gift,
Yeah.
we make a lot of money off from the silent auction, and that brings in folks, it's fun. You get to see stuff, you get
Right.
to bid, and that's hopping. That's really busy the whole time.
So,
is.
I think it was last year that when we were there was a husband and wife that were, she was bidding on a bunch of stuff, but he was bidding on a bunch of stuff, I remember. And neither one of them knew exactly how much each other spent, but it was a lot.
There was, I know,
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but they were coming in and I'm like, again?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
you'd
like,
hear their
I'm
name.
loving this.
Yeah, you'd hear their name, or then they bid against each other, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You didn't see my name on there."
Yeah.
But it's again all for a good cause,
It
and everything went,
did.
on that end. We raffle off bigger items if we
Yep.
did, like we did the cornhole boards.
Right.
and
One of the
different
big things is that, one of the funny things from last year, somebody had donated something. I don't remember what it was, but it went for some really good money. It was brand new, and I'm like, "You sure you don't want this?" Because it wasn't a business; it was just a person. And she's like, "Nope, I bought it for my ex-husband as a birthday gift, but we didn't make it that far." So I was like, "I'll take it."
Yeah. Too funny.
There's just
Yeah.
things like that.
Or local artists, workmen,
yeah.
I will say that they, their workmanship, cutting boards, the cornhole boards. And
Artwork.
yeah, and I will say my daughter, Katie, with her
Yeah.
business,
She's donated. She's
Yeah.
donating this year too.
She's donating this
It's
year.
awesome.
Yep, and she got somebody else in the massage therapist.
Yeah, they're at the
her-
Beauty Loft.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kimberly
Beauty
Law.
Loft Montpelier. Got to
Yeah.
check them out. They are
Katie
supporting our
Walsh,
veterans.
Lolo Lux. But no, it's something that's in our heart, and that my kids, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Being my daughter, now she's
Yeah.
got a business, but my kids were always brought up to thank a veteran, and now they bought meals, and you don't say anything. You cover somebody's meal and you walk out, or
Yeah.
buy them something, and that's the kind of stuff. It can be just a nice little thing, but you see them, you recognize them, and you thank them, and we go over at Christmas. At the Barry Elks, we put together care packages, and just to talk about the numbers, usually there's 18 we consider if it's a full house.
Yeah.
There's 18 men, and then staff. So we bring over goodies and delivering them. Oh, you just can't even explain the feeling.
Yeah.
But when I bring my children, it means even more because I watch their hearts and all the people that do it. I mean, putting it together that night, everybody, the feel, it's a good feel.
A lot of patriotism.
It is, and it's really, people enjoy that, It's not,
Yep.
oh, I got to do. No, we're happy, we're proud. We go over there in our Santa hats and deliver it. And,
Right. It brings cheer to a place that doesn't necessarily have cheer every day. So it's nice that they feel that people really do care. They're not
Yeah.
forgotten, right? Just because they're at a home right now doesn't mean that they're not a person, not a veteran.
Right,
not
exactly.
worth anything, because
Yep.
they truly are.
Oh.
We all get lost along the way sometimes, right?
Right.
So we all need some help. So
And Walking Bob, he's known as Bob. We'll
He's
meet you right at
such a-
that door to
he's-
get those baked goods.
He's such a
certainly will.
sweetheart. He is the one that would always meet me upstairs when
Yeah.
I was doing the meal train.
He still
he
does.
was always the one to meet me
I'm like,
upstairs.
I was at the back door, I'm at the
get-
front
Yep.
door. It's like, Bob.
Bob's
Walking Bob.
Yep.
Yep.
So being the third annual Calcutta, the hope is that businesses and people, and we do recognize that there are hardships, but it is around the same time every year, October, and we're hoping
Yep.
that businesses and people recognize that. So if they're going to provide some money to a charity, to anything, this is one of those things that hopefully will get in the back of their mind that let's not forget the Veterans Place Calcutta that's in the fall.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a tax
Yep.
write-off too, if you're looking for them at the end of the year. And it's not just, I want to say that even about the holidays or just this event, it's year-round that
Right.
there's a need.
Oh, yes.
You know, they
Right.
get meals made for them and
Right.
provided Monday through Friday, but the weekends, there isn't. And sadly, I'm going to say this, we tried to do a meal train,
Yeah.
and we didn't have people sign up. And
Yeah.
it just blew my mind when you see some of these other meal trains, and it's fun because it's a great thing. I think I'm
Right,
I'm
I
the food
agree.
fairy. I believe in
Right.
feeding everybody, but I thought, wow, we're gonna be overwhelmed, and again, maybe it just didn't get out there, but you know that's
Yeah.
something to think about, and it
Yeah.
can be done as you know sports teams, schools. I did the 15-year history of the Veterans Place, and how I mean that was just the people have done so much.
Yep.
For them, you know, car washes, bottle drives. Again, Norwich, they've really their students, and not to leave anybody out because I mean, people just in general, even at the veterans, the VFW, they've done poker and they've done, you know different events people have done and donated their money to
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Yeah.
bingo
So-
or a cookout or whatever it is,
Yeah.
car
Right.
washes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the meal train is actually just talked about it this morning.
Starting to come
with
back.
Bonnie, yeah, I talked to
Oh,
her this
good.
morning, and it'll just be posted every week as a reminder on our Facebook page that the meal train is still up and running. And please, you know, if there's something that you can do, frozen meals are awesome, and those can be just dropped off anytime during the week in business hours.
Right,
and
because
then-
they do have storage. They
Yes.
just don't have a cook there.
Right, we absolutely have storage, and it'd be nice those guys easily. I said for me, when my kids were in college, or just even at the house when I freeze things, I write the direction on the tin foil. Bake at whatever for
Right.
this long.
Absolutely.
Make sure you do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other part is, like I did the taco bar, so I just provided everything, and then
Yeah.
they make their own stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, or if you want to
Yeah.
just drop off stuff for, drop off potatoes and something else, you know, just
Right.
drop it off, and they can put it all together.
Yeah, that's important because I think a lot of folks, and we even talked about that, Raylene, you feel like you have to make a meal for 18 and, you know, and the sides and the desserts.
Right.
And have somebody chip in, or, you know, you don't have to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And basically, you know, you can drop off food there, and they do make their own meals on the weekends. It's just nice to have that,
Right.
you know.
It won't go to waste.
No,
No.
and
Right.
that's
So
what
if you have
I
extra-
almost always when I did it. A couple of my friends, like one of them would do
Right.
the dessert, and one of them
Right.
would do
Yep.
you know something else, and they love dessert. And
They do.
what
Yeah.
when we did it, we always used to always do the all the paper products so they could not have to do dishes
Right.
either.
Yeah.
And but I could do that because we all pitched in a little bit. We all did a piece,
Right.
and so literally everything could just get ditched after. You know,
Right.
they didn't
Right.
didn't even have dishes on Sunday for football
make it
time
easy
or
for
whatever.
them, you
You
know?
know, and they thought that was a big deal actually, and
It is.
so
It
we
is a big
just we
deal.
always did that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we just did the so the Legion in Northfield. They have brunch advertisement for them. They have brunch every. I got to get this right. I think it's the first Sunday of the month. Better check that.
Saturday.
Where?
It's
At
on
the
a
It's on a
VFW?
Sunday. 'cause
Is it Sunday?
It's
Okay.
Sunday. We'll check the date. I think
Where
it's the
is
first
it?
Sunday
Which
at the
one?
Legion in
In
Northfield.
Oh, in Northfield.
Yeah,
Yep.
because right after that, like whatever's left from there, whatever's, you know, the bacon, eggs, whatever, they bring over to the Veterans Place. And now the board has started to join. Just this last Sunday, we went over. So us board members go over and we bring whatever. Like I brought some milk and eggs, and somebody else brought juice and donuts, and just to add to it.
Right.
So the community really is helpful in those ways. Not that it's not one of those we accept leftovers from every party that's out there, because
Right.
we don't. This is us where our board member's actually cooking there at
Yep.
the Legion and
Yep.
is responsible for that food. That's why we're able to do this.
Yep, and we do any dinners that are donated from folks from the Calcutta, the steak dinners. We make sure that they go to the Veterans Place, and I will give
Nice.
Gustos again kudos
yeah.
because
Yes.
they made sure that there were enough meals for every one of them.
Yeah.
They did. And
Yeah.
it wasn't just, so if people are like, well, I can buy a ticket, but I'm not going to be able to attend, which we want you to attend.
Right.
We want you
It
there.
makes it
Yeah,
more
yeah.
fun.
Right. It does make it
You
more
want-
fun.
It is
Right.
fun.
It's a good time anyway. We're
Yeah.
fun. We're fun. We're fun.
Right. We don't want to call a name and have you not there and have to
Right.
go to the next one.
Then I'll just have to take it.
That's right. We we want you there.
We have rules.
Well, in the silent auction, that more people there, more people
Yeah.
are bidding.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And there's the 50-50, and it's very patriotic when you walk in too,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like the red, white, and blue around, and just the energy level is so positive. right? It really warms the heart.
Are you having the same announcer this year?
Brock, sadly, is not able to do this. Maybe he's listening right now and can make a change.
Please,
but
Brock.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He was just so much
right?
fun.
Brock and Kyle.
His
so I
energy,
may still be able to get Kyle, but he's, he and his wife are having a baby.
You're right. The nerve.
I know.
They can come.
But it's October. And Brock coaches soccer, and he has a game, the last game that day. And I'm like, you don't have to be there till 4:45.
Right. You can
do this.
jump in last
right.
minute.
You're young. You got all kinds of energy.
Yeah.
So if that fails, which I really don't think he's gonna be able to make it, we are looking for an MC to. Well, I guess the MC part, it's really, I do a lot of the announcing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's really about just the Calcutta itself.
Yeah, somebody being able to walk around and deal with the crowd. And,
Right.
Yeah.
So somebody that's happy and
Right.
is funny and can bring the crowd in and
For
you
sure.
if they've never done it before, Brock hadn't either, and he was a rock star.
Yeah.
Yes,
And Kyle carrying the speaker behind him. It was
they were great.
priceless,
They did a
right?
great job.
Yeah.
Which did
It was a
improve
lot of
upon
fun.
the sound.
It did.
Because we didn't. That was an issue the first year. Was
That's
it
Yep.
was sound. So again, it's
Right. And we moved. We moved
yeah.
to the
Right,
center.
you guys had that speaker,
Right.
and you walked wherever you wanted to walk with it too, and so you were good. You'll have it no matter what.
And
this
you
year
can wear.
to
And
walk
please,
around
it's
with.
encouraged to wear your red, white, and blue. Anything
Absolutely.
patriotic, you look around the room and they are, but people, I have heard them say, I wish I would have known or thought of it, but anything, because that just adds to the look in the room too, in the
does.
field. You don't
The whole
have to,
vibe.
but some people did really
We
like.
highly encourage it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're always decked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what you
my
do.
red, white, and
It's
blue.
how you roll.
Yep.
I had the sneakers, right?
Yeah.
Winter
I had the-
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the red, white, and blue.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the good stuff.
Right. It is fun. Just talking about it is, I can feel it. Even from last year, it's just seeing people there and their faces. And we did have a special table up front for the veterans that were
Yes,
there.
there's a
as
few
well,
of them
doing
that.
the
not
prayer. Okay.
Yeah.
We do a prayer before the meal.
Yeah.
Say Pledge Allegiance.
Yeah. Yep. We have our American flag there, and
I
we
do
have a couple
music.
of veterans. Yeah, a couple of veterans that lead that, hold the flag. It's really, it's just a really great feeling that we're doing something so special, and for us feeling that way. But when we present the check at the veterans' place, and the veterans are just, they're
Right.
blown away
Right.
that there's so much support for them.
Yeah.
And it directly impacts them. It's not, I am getting something from it. It's just not monetary.
Right,
And
exactly.
The way that it fills my heart is incredible. And we work really hard for this event. It takes a long time. We bust our butts. We make a lot of phone calls, emails, pull in a lot of favors, right?
Yeah.
Like you do for everything.
Yeah.
But
It's a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem it, but it really
Right.
is.
Well,
It's
when
a
you're
lot
driving
of
around,
work.
and you don't mind because then you get the word out, or some people will put up a poster. So again, it
We
doesn't have
definitely
to
will.
be, monetarily. It's like, or sharing those posts, like you said. It's just getting the word out. After we did the last podcast last year, we sold out of our tickets.
right.
After that, so
Which is what we want to
Yes.
do today.
exactly.
Yeah. So
here.
let's talk about the tickets. The tickets are how much?
They're $125 each, includes 2 steak dinners. There's no to-goes unless they're going to the veterans place.
And one ball, right?
1 ball. Yep. So you get. There's only 100 tickets sold.
Yep.
Well, there's 100 balls. It's 1 through 100. We do raffle off, and that again, if you have to be present and you have to be a ticket holder. You can't just come in Augusto's and buy, because obviously that wouldn't be fair.
Right.
But that's what keeps people there and keeps people going. And we do it at 25, 50, and 75. So when you buy, if you win that last raffle, you're in the top 25 to win. And it's $3,000 for a grand prize, $500 second, and $250 for third.
Yeah.
Last year we had a split. The last 2 people, they decided
Yep.
to just say, okay, we're going to split and not take the chance. And I'm like, let me just see who would have won. And
Yeah.
I pulled the ball, and actually my son won with, it was Norm, right? Poulin?
Yep.
Yeah. And he won
Norm.
was it Norm?
Oh, yes,
Who
it was Norm on Norm's ticket.
Yeah, it
Sorry.
was Norman Forrest.
Yep, the guy was there. The other
Yes,
guy represented
yes,
him.
Right. So they decided to just split it. And I'm like, let's just check. And I pulled it, and it was Forrest. I was like, oh, thank God. I wouldn't have been the one to pull it because I wouldn't have wanted that.
Right.
We did that the top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
the top 3 have a choice, and it's
Right.
all or nothing. If somebody says they're not in,
Right.
then you split it.
Yeah.
I mean, then you go. But if they want to split it, that's up to them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you basically add, it's $37.50.
Right.
$3,750 split 3 ways.
Nice.
So I always say I split because I'd be the person that my ball would be drawn next, and I'm like, I'm needy, not greedy.
Right. Yes.
And
Yep.
you can donate back. I mean,
Right.
there's always that people have done that,
Yeah.
donated a portion back.
Which we greatly
Yeah.
appreciate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to. There's no pressure.
Right.
50-50. I mean, I've seen it all ways, and there's no pressure. It's because we don't know. It's
Right.
individually what people
Right.
choose
That's right.
to do.
Some people
Exactly.
they may need it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's personal choice. There's definitely no
No pressure
shaming
there.
on that.
You don't have to be present to win. You have to be present for the raffle balls, right? Is that what you were saying earlier?
Yeah.
You said present to.
Well, you have to have an original ticket. You would have had to purchase one to get into the raffle at 25,
Right.
50, and 70, the 3 raffle balls. Because if you didn't have a ticket, you can't just walk in the door and then buy a raffle ball and then you win the whole thing.
Right.
So it has
be
to be.
prepared. Get your tickets today.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they seriously will sell out. We've already
Yes.
sold.
A lot.
Yeah,
A
quite-
lot of the people from last year and the year before, they want their same number. Mm-hmm. So I've been reaching out to them, and it's yes. So.
Yeah, we reach
Good.
out to those folks, and then, but if they don't, and we, we haven't had a problem, like I said, last year, it was right after this.
Right.
We actually had a waiting list.
And some people just can't, and that's okay. That's why we're here, so advertise for more. And again, if we're sold out in tickets, then do something else for us.
Or
right?
people
Get
showed
involved.
up and they did the silent auction. You just
Right.
can't have the meal,
Right.
but you can still be there and be part of it.
Exactly.
And we do
I'm getting-
welcome any silent auction items. Like Sheila was saying, we had jewelry to crock pots to a quart of wood. To,
Yes,
Hey,
David
lottery
Lee.
tickets.
Yes.
Lottery tickets. People go crazy
Right.
over lottery
Oh, right.
tickets.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's so fun to watch when there are scratch tickets. The
battle,
amount of people that will
right?
fight over them
Yes.
and
That
battle
gambling.
over them. I know. And maple syrup, Vermont maple
Oh
syrup.
my gosh, that
same
was a big
thing.
one too.
Yep,
and then
same thing.
Sakuri, Carissa, she did the huge hair products. And remember that
Oh,
basket? I was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, like all that. That was a big one.
Yeah.
I did Christmas shopping there.
Yes,
I
it's
did.
a great time, great place to do
I bought
that.
a few
Yeah.
things,
There was
I'm
cutting
like-
boards. There was, I mean,
I
there
got
was
a cutting
so much
board.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this year, Nelson, Bob he is so generous.
He
anyway,
always
but
is.
it
They're
Solo?
amazing.
Solo stove, little solo stoves, that you smokeless
Oh
for
yeah.
your patios or
Yeah.
decks and things. He's donated one of those for our silent
Oh
auction.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we
you,
already
Bob.
have that. We have hair product. We have spray tans. We have massage. We have the facials. There's a lot of things that we have. Really excited about that. Also, we have sponsors. One being, as you can see here on our look for these around town.
Yeah.
Gusto's being our major sponsor, and excuse me. Delaire's Carpet, Jason.
Jason.
He has given us another large donation towards a business sponsor too. So we really
Which is
appreciate
amazing.
that very much. Right, Bullducks, they're
Bullducks,
doing the
yeah.
same thing again for us, and we just can't thank them enough because that really, for one, it's just knowing that making that phone call and they were happy to sponsor it because they
Right.
know it's local and they know 100% of
Yeah.
it is going towards the veterans.
So how are they going to get tickets? I'm going to write this up. I'm all ready to go. So what are we going to put on here? Reach out to, please.
Yep.
Yep, go.
I was just when they agree. That's the agree. Yes.
Please
Feeling Candy.
contact
Yeah. Candy.
at
802 505 0555.
Get
I
your
know.
number on the wall.
I didn't even ask
or
for- Sheila McGrath at
802-793-6956. You can also on the Facebook page comment, message.
Facebook page, the Veterans Place.
We have an event,
The event.
page.
Okay, so
The-
there is an event
Yeah, well,
page
you
that
can-
will post.
Yes, we could put the link to that
Yep.
in there. And we will keep people posted if we're sold out, or volunteers.
right.
We're always looking for people because it does take many hands. Before, the day of, it's nice to have Candi and I have, the worker bees doing, while we're organizing and doing things.
Fielding questions.
And fielding all the questions, and everybody just jumps in. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really does come together quite well. But volunteers is essential for it to work.
Right.
So they can text us, call us, and message to the event. That's the best way
Perfect.
to handle it.
That's on there.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And both Candi and Sheila are changing their number as soon as this
right.
event is over. So don't
Put
get
that
any
out there. We're going
ideas.
to change our name.
We should have done that before, right?
No,
We should-
because this is year round. If you want to
Right.
contact me about veterans and how you can help,
Yeah,
contact
if
me
you want-
anytime.
that's right.
That's right. Money,
Right.
sponsorship,
Anything. Yeah,
an
ask about
item
food.
for them, for their
Volunteering
new
even.
apartments, volunteering.
Look at when you guys had the bottle drive, or you have
Right.
other things happening. There's always something
Right.
Right.
that somebody can do.
Right.
to
So I
help.
will say this year with the Barrie Heritage Festival, we had a booth out here somewhere.
Almost right out in front.
Yeah, it was actually. And so we were able to have the booth, and we had a raffle, the grill raffle, which we raised $2,000 off our grill raffle.
Which
That's
is
pretty
awesome.
amazing, right?
It is amazing.
And again, thank you, Bob Nelson, for giving us such an incredible deal on it. So, and still raising the 2,000. But what we were not able to do was the parade. We couldn't have a float this year because we did not have the volunteers.
Yeah.
And that's really sad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because we had the vehicle, and Jason from Delaire's again was letting us use his bigger truck and our trailer, and but we didn't have people to walk and be on it, and we can't be in two places at once. So we chose to have the booth where we could actually raise money and awareness, versus the float, which is more the awareness and the fun side of things.
Right.
So
Right. But it would have been really nice to have both.
yes.
Yeah,
So
and we
keep
had
it in
kids
mind
that
for
were
next
on
year.
there
Right.
that they missed it. They
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
really bummed that they didn't get to be part of it, and it was sad to have to tell them that we didn't have enough support for it.
What does that teach our
know?
kids?
Yeah.
Right? Like you
Right.
get the kids wanting to be
Yep.
part of this special thing, but we don't have the adults that can help. And
But
I
we-
know we're all busy.
Yeah.
Right, but just keep it in mind for next year, Barrie Heritage Festival, the float, and what they
Yeah.
can do to help.
Well, this little girl in particular that wanted to help so much, she ended up carrying the flag with the Barrie Elks with us.
She did.
You have
Oh,
the banner
nice.
up front. So,
Nice.
you can incorporate. There's somebody that needs it, and the Barrie Elks does so much for the veterans
They
as
do.
well.
Yes.
And that
Yes, they
huge
do.
flag, that takes literally many hands.
Yes.
To carry that. So at least there was representation. It's just, we will do a
it
bigger
different
push,
ways.
even ourselves next
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
really get the word out there.
Yeah.
And keep it going for folks,
Right.
Yeah.
So put that on your calendars for next year.
For sure.
Barrie Heritage. Right.
For sure.
Let's see. We talked about the meal train, and we talked about the ticket information, grand prizes, sponsors. So I did say about Jason and Nelson's and different people that have, or Delaire's and Bullducks, Gustos. But if you want to sponsor us, there's different levels, and with that comes, you'll be on our Facebook and you'll be on our website for the next, depending on your gold, silver, or bronze. So we're doing social media advertising for you, and then of course we'll mention you today, and then we'll mention you at the Calcutta, and you'll be on listings at the Calcutta itself. But then again, it'll be on Facebook, and then it'll be on our webpage for the next 6 months or 12 months. So, but really, these people that are sponsoring us, it's not even about that. They're doing
Right.
it just because
Right.
they know 100% of that goes towards the Veterans Place. There's no 10% here for admin fees
Right.
or 20% here for something else. They know it's completely for the veterans, helping them, which we need.
Yes.
And if you ever went there, like I said, it's just the feeling. It's unexplainable when you walk in there, and I see their faces, and I recognize some that have come around, and some that have been there, and it's just it's a unique feeling because they know when you walk through those doors that you're there to do good and help them. And for me, I'm thinking, it's the least I can do. You served our country. We have to honor that, and we should all be doing that. We shouldn't even have this issue.
Yeah.
Like I said this before, homeless and veterans should not be in the same sentence.
Nope.
And homeless should not be a descriptor of a veteran. They've given their lives, and and they come back. To me, that's where our money should be going.
Yeah.
You know,
I 100%
our veterans and our
agree.
children, then you can open up the wallet to anyone else. But these
Yeah.
folks are underserved, clearly.
Yeah.
There's only housing for 18, and we've talked about this before, they're males. There's
Right.
not a female, capacity there for other
And
reasons.
18 is a dent. It's literally
It is.
a dent.
Right. So these veterans, they come from across the country. These aren't just Vermonters. Some are Vermonters. And I could say one of them because we've talked about it. I grew up with him. So seeing him there was just such a shock. But then we were able to help him and get services and get housing. And he's a big cheerleader for the Veterans Place. He goes back and he visits, and he's gone back to get help again.
Yeah.
Like, losing housing because landlords have sold and the new landlord's not going to support them. So things like that happen. But that's the other beauty of the Veterans Place is when you come in, just because you've completed the program successfully, we still help you. We have veterans come back and they still do the laundry there. They just check in on a daily basis, just that whole camaraderie,
Yep.
right, of another
Yep.
veteran with them. They watch TV for a little while.
Right.
Maybe they'll throw some laundry in. Or they may ask their former case manager about, well, who do I call for this? Like, we won't get into the case management like we did when they were in the program.
Right.
But we give out contact information for them, or we'll say, well, maybe you should call this. Give them a,
Right. Well, and sometimes just having a place to go and that's familiar can
Right.
be that relief. And so when you say, we don't do the same for them, you probably do, and you just don't know.
we
it.
don't realize.
Or they might be giving back
You're
to
right.
the veterans that are there to show them that, you can make it through this. And that's all it takes sometimes is that hope.
Right.
And to see somebody that's done it, because I went there and I saw a classmate and I thought, I was saddened at first, oh, he's here, he must be in need. And, again, we should be supporting this, shouldn't happen. Then I was so proud of him for reaching out and getting that help.
Right.
Right.
And there is help, and the folks that do reach out, don't be too proud, because this is even speaking to people that do have that need. If they can't house you, maybe they can resource, they can
Right.
find another alternative. But even if you leave, if you say move on, whatever, you move out. Coming back, that's a good thing. It's going to, like I said, show them. But if you need it, it's not like they close the door after you leave.
Yeah.
Right.
We would never close the door on a veteran. It's always open door. Even me, my house. It's like I would help people. I would feed people. There's different needs. Donations has been an issue with people just dropping off stuff.
Right.
And literally garbage.
Right.
So that has to go through
Yes.
the Veterans Place and their administrators. You call there, work it out with them.
Schedule it out.
Right.
Schedule
Yes.
it, all that, see what they need. But there's also that kind of need, household items. Candi and I talked before, wouldn't it be nice? Because we don't know when they're going to find a place, or when they're ready. But even when they're ready, there isn't, we're housing. We have housing issues. It's no surprise.
Right,
But to have something ready for them, even a tote of, your pots and pans and your blankets or just different household items. And then here you go, because then we scramble.
Right.
And because there isn't a lot of storage. So those are just some of the issues. There's certainly this is what I appreciate. They're not looking for a handout. They are alcohol and drug free to be there. They contribute financially, they contribute otherwise, and they contribute to the community.
Yeah.
Which again should just be the norm.
And
when
there's
we're helping
limitations
people.
too.
Yeah.
Right. This isn't you get your own apartment at the Veterans Place. This is you get
Right.
a room.
A room.
The
A
rest is
bedroom.
communal. It's the living spaces. You're all in one. You're watching movies. You're playing cards. Whatever you're doing. They have their kitchen, and they cook. They serve. They help each other. They watch TV. And we do have rules, and they're pretty strict rules, but it's for a reason. And
Right.
it's been successful. When you have an 85% success rate, that's incredible. It's
huge.
above average.
It's huge.
Right.
Right.
And so we do have curfews, and you have to earn a night away, or you have to earn a weekend away. It's not just come and go as you please, and you do have to be substance free. And we understand that that's not always easy, and we understand that sometimes you have a lapse, and we help you get the resources you need. We don't just kick you out, right? If it becomes a repeated thing and it's detrimental to the program, then yes, because you need further help and resources, and we can give you. But we try and help them if it happens once or twice. We have them do things in the community, right? Depending on how much they make, they put a percentage of that into an account that they actually get a percentage, the majority of that back when they leave, so that they have a base already.
Yeah.
And they do help with chores and different things.
Right.
They just help each other out.
Yeah.
It's, somebody needs something, it's like, I'll help you. Or I stop to drop stuff off, and they're like, "Oh, I got it, Candy. It goes here." And I'm like, "Okay, no, I can lift it." Like, no, walking Bob, who's 86 years old, and I'm carrying, and he's like, "Oh, I got it." And I'm like, "No, it's okay." And I'm like, I'm offending him. "All right, go ahead." And then he's carrying it. I'm like, "Oh gosh."
Right. You're just,
But they're so proud.
Yeah.
They
Right?
are.
I mean, they're veterans. They're military men. And the reason we don't have women there's a couple of reasons. One is that when this first started, there wasn't the need for beds for women.
Yeah.
The second place is just space, because there's only 17 rooms actually right now, 17 rooms, and they're full of men. And to put the female in with that, it just changes the dynamics of everything.
And it does. And, as somebody who has been involved in the recovery community
Right.
for years, there aren't a lot of recovery homes either, or programs that are co-ed. It's super hard to do because you're there to work on yourself and get yourself on your feet. And if there's that distraction, which can easily and often
course.
happen, right? I mean, we're human.
We've learned from that,
Yeah,
right?
we're human. And so to take that piece out and actually give the individual that time is huge. And so while it may seem like not okay to some, it's really the best case scenario, right? All the way around. It
And
just
things-
gives the opportunity.
Right.
But
Things
it just
have
shows-
changed. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Through the years, when I say there wasn't a need for it, that's not saying there's not a need today.
Right, exactly.
Right,
There
but when
may
the
be,
program
yeah.
was first established, there wasn't. And then as
Or they
time-
just didn't have women come into the door,
Right.
in need. It's it's not like they would turn someone away. They just don't. It's not the way it's set up. But it also they weren't turning women
Right.
away.
Right.
But it is something that everybody should be served. But again,
And then
this
that
is
just
one
shows
small-
another need, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe there needs to be
Exactly. That's
another
right.
veterans place.
Exactly.
And,
That's why it's like this small little bit that we can do. Everything helps, but we do need the bigger stuff. We do need the legislators on board. We need, the government to start supporting these folks.
Right.
Oh, for
yeah, it would be
100%.
it would be wonderful to Phil Scott. Let's get some state funding here.
Yeah.
Right.
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 We have a grant through the feds, and nothing is guaranteed. So
Right.
year to year, we're filling out our application and putting what our needs are, and they pay just over 70% of what we need. And our budget in 2024 was just short of 550,000. So 30% of that we're having to raise. Last year it was 572,000. That's not a huge increase, right?
No, not at
considering
all.
right, considering what we're going through.
Yeah.
And we have really tightened things up, and they do a great job with, there's no purchasing of non-essentials. It's essential items only that we need there. So the money that comes in, we're really focused on what do we need. And then looking forward to, we've asked for like that big list of, okay, how long is that computer going to last? Let's put this under the spreadsheet so
Right.
we know next year we're going
Or
to need
not
computers.
too long ago, a van, or
Right. And Preston, we had a grant that was awarded to us, and Preston Kia gave us a great deal on a van. We just got a new van for the Veterans
wonderful.
Place. Right.
I love Preston's.
Yeah.
They're a sponsor of
Yes.
mine, and I love them.
They
do
came in-
so
They
much.
did. They sponsored us
Yeah.
2 years ago.
The very
it was
first
just one
year.
of those things that happened.
Yeah, they were there. We were back to back with a Christmas party, and they were there, and it just. They were bringing in 55-inch TVs. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, within 20 minutes,
Right.
and
I think he brought down five TVs that he.
I don't even
and I was
remember.
like, gosh, and he said,
How
if
can I
there's
help?
anything and then he gives us a $1,000 check to help with their Thanksgiving meal and
Yeah.
whatever else they needed.
yeah, he
They're
wanted
amazing.
Christmas. He said he
Right.
was going
It
to
was
cover.
Christmas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was going to cover Christmas. His father's a veteran. This is where you start hearing the stories. But this is where, like, Bob has a sign, and I wish I'd remember what it said. But basically, I say to the our own locals who hold the purse strings, put your money where your mouth is. You said that we said we would support them.
Yeah.
Bob had that sign. Remember, he walking Bob. It said,
If you're. Oh
Anyway.
no, I was thinking of the one if we're the home. of
no,
the free.
basically when they come home, that we told them that we take care of them, and we're
Right.
not.
We're not.
But,
I mean, but Preston's is.
Oh, no,
they
yeah,
absolutely
exactly.
do,
They are
right? And people
amazing.
like Nelson's are.
They
and
are
Delaires
amazing.
and
But the big
yeah.
money,
Bucks.
know,
Right.
like the government and
Right.
Our state budget,
Right.
Right.
should
The
definitely have a
Mobiles
line
out
of.
there, the Irvings out there, like
Right.
and maybe they do support veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is at a much smaller level. Maybe they
Right.
don't even know about us.
Yeah.
But that's where we need to get more.
Right,
word
that
out.
has to be our job.
Right.
to do
Our
that.
job is
Yep.
things like this and getting it we have saturated the community here, right? And that's another thing for us that why we feel so bad is we go after the same people, same businesses, and we're saturating, and we're sorry for that, but we do appreciate it still, right? But if you know somebody that's out of state that has a business that can help us, if you know somebody out of state that has a podcast and get this word out, please do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Because anybody, everybody.
Right. This is
all
a
have
cross-country need. These veterans are from across the country.
Yeah, when we were doing or I was doing the history, showing all the different events and stuff. Again, it was a huge eye opener that wow, these people, and I loved seeing the diverse group, but it was very local to Northfield or Central Vermont, let's just say. And again, great, because it's good, but it made me think we need to branch out. We need to be asking other folks, and why aren't they, helping? Either they can't, they don't know about it. I mean, there's so many reasons, like we said, and the cost of living right now is crazy. But that also goes on to providing for those folks.
Absolutely.
We're feeling the pinch, and so aren't they. And to be able to provide for them just their basic needs. We're not talking about going above and beyond.
Right.
We're talking food, like I said, food on the weekends. That's, to me,
That's not a lot to ask.
No.
So you touched a little bit on the supports that you all give. So I'm assuming that means that you are involved with different community partners, Washington County Mental Health, other people like that. And are those expenses all covered all through the VA?
Well, if they have benefits, right, if they are considered disabled, then they can get certain benefits. And I don't know all the details about like the disability levels. Right. I know that if you're a veteran, you can go to the VA and get services. But what we provide at the Veterans Place, we don't have like a counselor on staff. We have a case manager, but that's a bachelor degree position. But it's not mental health or any type of counseling like that. We have a housing administrator or housing coordinator, which we're hiring. So if there's anybody out there that's looking for a job, which there seems to be lots and lots of people looking for jobs. We're looking for a housing coordinator. So they actually work with the veterans every day and just getting to know them, filling out applications for them, calling landlords on their behalf, and being their biggest resource. And then helping with all the furnishings and things like that. So if you're that person, contact Bonnie at the Veterans Place.
And does that require any sort of?
That does not require a bachelor's degree. That requires a high school diploma. It also requires maybe 3 years experience I just looked at that job description this morning. It was what my meeting was about. I'll let you know exactly. But if you're somebody that has experience in that and is willing to help our veterans, and remembering that you're doing it for that purpose to help the veterans, right? That you really have to be passionate about that. And you have to be somebody that can work with landlords and be committed and be like, this is why you should be housing some of these, right? This isn't somebody that's not willing to help themselves. They swallowed their pride and came to us. Right. They showed up on our doors. And they've gone through this program successfully. They've been clean. They've been alcohol free. They're getting benefits. They're getting an income, and they go so far through a process. Right. So when they successfully get through this program, there's no reason to say no because they were homeless. Right. There's just not. There's all kinds of different reasons people lose their home. We have had people they've lost their source of income because they had an accident. And this has happened. They had an accident. They had a home. They had a job, but significant injuries, and they couldn't work anymore. Right. They lost everything. They came to us. And
one gentleman had cancer.
Yeah.
And then there's the folks that unfortunately they struggle with some mental health stuff and some
a lot of demons.
PTSD, and they have lost their lives, basically, their what they knew, their families, their jobs, and because of unfortunately what they carry back with them.
They lose their way. Speaking of that, some of us in the community have heard that you have suffered a recent loss at the Veterans Place, and very sorry for that.
Thank you.
And our hearts, of course, are with them. What can you speak to about that, and what could we do as a community to maybe help with that as well?
So we have had a loss of one of our veterans, a lot of demons, right, that he couldn't get through the years. We had provided support, the VA, providing support. And what we do is, well, first that just coming together and the staff helping the veterans, because, when it happens there, that's a big
the first
thing.
time.
It's the first time it's
Great.
ever happened at the Veterans Place. And like I said, it's not their own apartments, it's their room, right? They have a room there, and everybody checks on everybody. And it's a family. You're there for months, up to 18 months. So let's be
Right.
clear with that too. It's not your forever home.
Yeah, I was
Right.
going to say, I
Right.
couldn't remember the time.
Yeah, and most of them are out in 9 months or so, but they can stay up to 18. And so they're a family there. So when something happens like this, and it did, there's a lot of grieving, and it can go different ways of what happens, and you worry about of course we worry about staff and provide resources through the VA, but the need that we have really is resources, which means we need more funding, because we don't have a counselor on staff. And there's some resources we just can't offer to them. And so
Right.
we're referring to the VA. And, the VA is also tied up with a lot of things. So if we could somehow incorporate those type of resources for mental health, for PTSD specifically, and, other trauma, then we should. Like, reflecting back on what could we do better, what could we have done. There's probably not anything we could have done to prevent this from happening. And I don't say that easily, right? Because we all think, what could I have done? Could we have gotten resources? Could we have done this? Could we have done that? He was given a lot of resources, and he used them. He utilized them. But for us at the Veterans Place, it's really hit hard just reflecting on how can we help more. And it's really about resources, which comes down to funding.
Yeah.
Because we have all kinds of ideas that we'd like to have, and maybe we take a room and it's for that type of service, or maybe we have somebody come in and it's once a week in scheduling. That costs money. So it's putting the cart before the horse doesn't. It's
Right.
good to come up with
Right.
a plan,
Yeah.
but you need funding.
Yeah, and I was going to say that being proactive, working on those things, not that anybody can prevent it, and nobody should ever feel the guilt of that, no matter what.
Right.
And it is, can I say suicide awareness?
Yes.
But it's just
So-
It's tragic. Yeah.
it is
Yeah,
tragic
but
when
I mean,
someone
it's-
takes their own life. It's
Okay, so I
Yeah.
can, and this is Suicide Awareness Month. So if we can mention that and just say, don't be afraid. That's this whole idea of the Veterans Place too. It isn't, don't be afraid to go there. Don't, swallow your pride and just go and get the help that you need. People are there waiting literally to help you, and even the other guys.
Yeah.
They want to help you. They've struggled. That's the thing about this place.
They
We're
help
all in
each
the same
other.
boat together. Yeah,
Absolutely, and it is a family. I mean, I see it even in the community.
Yeah.
You see, like, if somebody posts something, you see, like, Ron Tallman. Well, I'll talk to you.
Right.
Cody Copeland or Corey Copeland. Any of those that I know, just myself, I see them, post. I'll help you with that, or I'll talk
Right.
to you,
Yeah.
or the breakfasts that happen at the VFW the third Saturday of every month,
Yeah.
or the meals on Tuesday night at the Legion in Barrie, and then there's in Montpelier, and as you said, in Northfield, and
Right.
it really is a tight-knit community, but they need to get bigger. They need more of
Right.
us holding them up and helping them, because they do try to do a whole lot on their own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And they do hold themselves together, and then one
Yeah, they
minute,
do.
it can happen to any one of us.
Absolutely.
We're all doing good, and then all of
Right.
a sudden,
may look good on the
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Right.
and you got
like
a
an
whole
illness,
hell
right?
lot
Any
going
illness.
on.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I remember,
for sure.
we suffered that in my family, and I just remember thinking, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Yeah.
It can always be fixed. We've all been through,
Mm-hmm.
myself, all kinds of stuff. We made it out okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not
got some
we're
scars
not
along the
superhuman.
way.
Right,
Right.
exactly. And it's made us who we are.
Yeah.
And that's why, you do reach out and help folks, because maybe you've been there yourself, or
Right.
maybe you're more fortunate and you haven't been there. It doesn't matter. Whatever angle it comes from, whatever source, whatever form it comes in of help, of course, like I said, financially, that's a big one, but that isn't it. Buying food, buying, they shampoos for them and, different toiletries and things, because they do purchase stuff on their own. And again, these folks are amazing. Just what they stand for and what they've done for all of us, even this freedom of speech. But when I go there, it's just, they did Wednesday they did Pledge of Allegiance with the Northfield School next door and the little kids.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
Me
love
too.
that. It's
Walking
my favorite.
Wednesday, and
Right.
then the teacher had them stop, and they said the Pledge of Allegiance, and I was there one time, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's another thing.
Yeah.
It's just that feeling you can't, and honestly, that's a go-to for me when I'm feeling a little down, or you might need a little pick-me-up. I think of that day, seeing these little kids and their faces, but the veterans, because your support,
means a lot.
It means
It does
a
mean
lot
a lot.
to
So
them.
those little kindergartners, when they're first starting out, they don't know the words yet, so
Yeah.
they're just
Right.
like that, and,
Yeah.
and
But
by
we
the
got our
end,
cards.
By the end, they're actually saying it, so
Yeah.
it's amazing.
But you did the Pledge of Allegiance cards.
Yes, we have little
Yeah.
bookmarks with the Pledge of Allegiance on it.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
awesome.
you said suicide prevention month. Just to mention that 22 a day is a big thing too, because it's 22 veterans a day commit suicide. 22
Wow.
a day, and we just had one in our, in our facility, and we think about the impact that's had on us. There's 22 a day. Like we can do better.
That we know about.
That we know
know,
about,
and that have
right.
been, because a lot
Right.
of times it doesn't get classified as
Exactly.
that either.
Right.
People don't want them to know. They
Right.
don't make it
Yeah.
as obvious, or whatever reason.
Right.
I'm not getting
These-
into all that, but
Right, but these are ones that go through the program, whatever program the VA is
Yeah.
aware of. Or,
Right.
these are our 22 a day, and that's
In Vermont?
just sickening. No, that's nationwide.
I was going to say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
clarify, that's
Yeah.
nationwide.
Yeah,
But one is too many.
right. So we
Absolutely.
think 22 a day.
Absolutely.
So let's keep them positive. Let's keep them, with, like I said, this raffle and things. It's year long. They could be having a bad day or a downtime, and you bring in something, and like
Right.
anybody, it's kind of like picks you up, or just the presence of somebody being there. You don't have to bring stuff, but
Right.
it's
There's-
just a place to visit. When I've gone there for the first time, I couldn't believe it. I just was overwhelmed.
One of my friends just went for the first time, and they dropped off some new pillows in pillowcases, right? Because they can always use those.
Yes.
And when they called me after, they were like, "My God, Candi, what can we do? We've got to do more."
Yeah.
And then the following week, she called me and said, "We have a friend that has basically a brand new couch, but the wife wanted a different one."
Yeah.
So it's brand, it's basically brand new. Do you think they'd take it? So I gave them, check in with the veterans place with
Yeah.
Bonnie or Becca, and coordinate things. So once the word is out, once you have visited,
Right.
you're going to want to do more.
Yeah.
You really are.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
100%.
And I've gone in, and the regulars know me, but it's changing all the time too. Veterans, they succeed, they leave,
Right.
whatever happens, but they'll be like, "You're on the board, right?" And like, "Yeah." And then somebody else, "You did that Calcutta, right?" Or, "You brought us tacos, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's nice to have that familiarity. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
They're just, some of them don't really talk much, and others, they
Talk your ear off.
talk your ear off, and
Right.
I'm good with that too. I can tell you, I have learned a lot going to the Veterans Place and just listening. One time I brought Magnum, my Rottweiler that you've both met.
Yeah.
And he would just sit there, and he'd go over to the veterans, and they just start petting him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Right, he was
yeah.
getting pets, and they were getting comfort, and just start talking.
I was trying to think, they had the ornament tree. That was a big thing for me last year, that they had ornaments out there, wooden ornaments, and you go out and you write anything you want on it. But I
Yeah.
had put, for my two aunts, I put Betty and Ruth Muzzy on it, and the, and the little flag, and put it on the tree. And I mean, for me, I think, like, if you go there and you don't feel something, you better check your pulse. I mean, it is so, seriously, it's so
It's
touching.
true.
It's
It
like,
is true.
you can't explain it. Like, I couldn't believe it. Every time I go there, I'm amazed. And like Candi said, some will greet you, some don't. We do pictures if they want to be in the pictures with the donations.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
checks.
Some are eager to.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Some are right out there. But it's all respected. If
Yeah,
you want
it
to or you
is.
don't, that's fine. But it is funny that to interact with some of the folks, or I kind of like to find that one that you can drag out into the conversation,
Right, exactly.
and stuff, and see what's up. And I think just, being there and being positive for them, try to bring positive energy and, whatever you can to help, it's always appreciated.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Before we go, anything you think we should recap or say that we haven't
I think the
said,
dates and the
Yeah,
time.
go ahead. You got this.
Um,
Let's recap.
Yeah.
So third annual, and keeping it on your calendar, like every year, think about the fall that we're going to be having this Calcutta. So if there's a time to open up your purse and wallet, this would be the time. And if you're scheduling on your, you have your annual budget and you have so much money to put into charity, please consider this every year and put that money aside.
Yeah. And maybe what we can do, speaking of that, we could do the event ahead and plan it. It would be nice to keep it maybe, whatever date, the third
Second or
Saturday,
third,
second
right.
Saturday, kind of thing, if we could keep consistent. But it is Saturday, October 18th. It's at Gusto's, and the doors open for this event at 5. That's where we start kind of taking over. And,
October 18th?
Yep.
October 18th.
I know, coming right
Get
up.
your tickets
Almost a
today.
month. Exactly.
Today. We want these sold out today.
Just about a month away. So then 6 is the dinner, and that's sharp. They're very good about that. And we are definitely 7 p.m. for the Calcutta sharp as well. Before the dinner, though, we do a prayer. We'll do Pledge of Allegiance. The silent auction items are open as soon as we're open at the 50/50, same thing. And all that stuff is decided the day of. Like, you go home with your items.
Right. Yes. Yes. You pay for them. Then you
yeah.
go home.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to wait. Like, there's no raffle that you're going to have to,
Right.
We'll reach out to
Yeah.
you. The 50/50's gone that day, the silent
if you
auction.
win the Calcutta, you take your cash that day.
Right.
Right. You're taking home cash.
Yep.
There'll be servers for the meal this year. That was
Yep.
something that we had learned. It's pretty spread out. It is a lot of fun, very patriotic. It's such a good, just warm feeling because so many people are there to support the Veterans Place. And like you said, the clothing, the attire.
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring it up a notch even more. And the hats, the shoes, the shirts, whatever. And we do auction things off during the Calcutta too. And actually, we'll either do an auction or we'll just, this ball is going to get, I think we did 3 American flags last year, made in the USA.
Yes.
Right? And we did some drink tickets, and we did, one of my friends, Tracy, had knitted some winter hats, so we gave those out. There's just different things because it makes it fun.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And we know that you are spending your hard-earned money and not, it's nice just, of course it's nice to win the Calcutta, but it's
Right.
always nice just to get, I got a free drink, right?
Right.
Or, hey, I got hats, or I got an American flag. It's worth it.
Right, and you're not out just because your original ball or however many balls you bought are out. There's still raffles right up to the top 25.
Right.
So that's a big deal. I mean, your ball's out, you could leave, but first off, you lose all the fun, but, you don't want to miss out on that, but you also can get back in it.
Right.
Right.
And
I've
just
seen
cheering
it
each other
run.
on.
Yeah,
Right? Like, there's a lot of heckling that goes on.
Oh,
too.
yeah, I was going to say the
Right.
side betting, I'll
Right.
bet you $2, $5, you go out before I do.
Absolutely.
You can tell the big bettors, there's, a line up behind
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it is. It just, I don't mind. This is one of the things I look forward to, and it doesn't feel like work. It just
Yeah.
feels like this is what we should be doing.
Yeah.
It's a natural thing. And,
Right.
and again, I know we've said it, but Gusto's, their staff, they just jump in wherever. They're just calm about it. They're just great to work with.
They were,
you know?
they were
Yeah.
running around for us last year.
Yeah.
We thought we had everything, and we're like, hey, do you have a table? Hey, do you have this? Do you have that? And it just appeared. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
felt like a genie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, contact myself at 802-505-0555 or contact Sheila, 802-793-7, sorry, let me try it again. Sheila at 802-793-6956.
Correct.
She's in my phone as Honey Bunny or something. I don't look at the number. Sweet cheeks.
You're in Get That Goal Back. We played broom ball together is how we met.
Yeah.
But
right.
see, so it's a passion of the veterans. Oh, seriously, that's what you reached out to me
I did.
about.
Knowing that you would do this.
Right, but you about the VFW in particular.
That's right.
And then it was like, you're on board. There wasn't
Yeah.
a question of her,
Right.
and there wasn't a question of me if I was going to do
Right,
it.
right.
Have you met Candi?
Yeah. You got a passion here. It's contagious.
So aggressive.
I said
it's great. No.
I say passion. She says aggression.
Right.
No, but it's
Tomato,
that,
tomato.
Right.
Right.
It's that push.
Right.
No, it's push. That's what we need. So
Yeah.
push this, get the word out. We're going to have it.
Right.
Anything that we've told you, we know we've talked a lot. We've overloaded you with information. Go to 802 Scoop, which Raylene will have a link to our Facebook
The event page, all of that.
Yeah,
Right.
the event page.
We
but
should have
also,
said that earlier too. That Raylene is a huge supporter
Yeah.
and fan of what we do for the Veterans Place. But
Absolutely. It's
from
an
just
honor.
being
Well, your
present
daddy's
to holding
a
your
veteran.
He is.
Thank
Yes,
you.
he is.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
The least you can do, thank a veteran. Seriously, if you
Right.
recognize them as one, some wear hats, some don't, and you don't have to make a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
I just say thank you for your service and
Right.
walk up. If they
If
want
they're
to
wearing that hat though, they're pretty proud.
oh,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
and
what I'm
when
saying.
you're like, thank you for your service. And,
Right.
they kind of pause and look at you like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a shame because if they have to pause and be like, that means we're not doing it enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're not thanking them enough.
Well,
So
they are a little
thank
proud.
a veteran today.
Yeah.
They are a little proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And they should be.
Yes,
They should be. Yes. So thank you so much,
Yeah.
Raylene.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
It's
you.
an honor. It's an honor.
Thank
It
you.
truly is.
That's how we
So.
feel. Yeah. It is an honor.
Okay.
All right. Great.
So we will wrap it up then, and we will see. So Michael and I are going to do we have a lot going on this week. Michael and I will do a special episode tonight, not until 8 o'clock though. We have a big, huge meeting going on early in the evening, but we will be here with you for an episode of Berry Beat tonight at 8 o'clock. We weren't able to do it last night because I forgot that I had rented this studio out. And so we couldn't
caused a
come in here. We're going to do that tonight. The girls will be here tomorrow night for 4 quarters. Jeff and I will be here again at noon on Thursday, and we'll go from there. All kinds of stuff happening. So stay tuned. Enjoy your afternoon. Get out. Enjoy the sunshine. We don't have much longer of this, and we're going to be crabbing that it's gone. So, get your ass out there and enjoy it. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. No, tonight.